This is Dr. Malati from Life Sciences Department. This session we will be discussing about ovarian cycle. So ovarian cycle is very important cycle in the human system, especially in females, because ovulation will be happening, ovum will be released, using ovum fertilization process will be taking place. So this entire ovarian cycle, which includes starting from the primordial follicle to the graphene follicle and then corpus luteum, then the formation of corpus albicans will be taking place. As such, the ovarian follicle, which will be usually present in the cortical region of the particular ovary, and also oocytes, which will be present in different developmental stages, which also will be present in the ovarian follicle, the entire ovaries. And also along with these two follicular cells, we also have different kinds of cells. We call it as follicular cells. These cells will be used for nourishing the oocyte, and also it will start the synthesis and secretion of estrogen. We have a very mature graphene follicle which are larger in size, and it will have more fluid, and it will rupture and it will expel the secondary oocytes in the process of ovulation. So if we see the entire female ovarian cycle, the cycle will start with the primordial follicle. There are several primordial follicles which will be present in each of the ovary, which includes both right and left ovary. So one of the primordial follicle will dominate, and it will be converted and differentiated into primary follicle. The primary follicle grows and increases the size, and then it will be converted into secondary follicle. The secondary follicle will mature into a very large follicle called graphene follicle. So this graphene follicle will have larger amount of fluid when compared to the secondary follicle. So almost all these processes till the graphene follicle, and furthermore for processing, will be taking place in the cortical region of the ovary. The medullary region will have all the other supporting cells. So once the graphene follicle matures, it will rupture and it will expel the ovum or oocyte. We call it as secondary oocyte. So during the ovulation process, the graphene follicle rupturing will release some amount of blood that will form blood clot. So this entire graphene follicle, after ovulation, after the discharge of secondary oocyte, this will be converted into corpus luteum. So this corpus luteum will further degrade into corpus luteum, and furthermore degradation leads to corpus albicans. This corpus luteum will look yellow in color, whereas the corpus albicans will be looking in white color. And this particular corpus luteum will be formed from corpus hemorrhagicum after the rupturing of the graphene follicle. So after the rupturing of graphene follicle with blood clot, we call it as corpus hemorrhagicum. This corpus albicans further degrades, and this will be present as the residue in the ovarian follicle itself. So the overall, the entire cycling of the ovarian cycle includes the formation or the maturation of one predominant follicle from the primordial follicle, and converts to primary, secondary follicle, then followed into graphene follicle, then into corpus luteum, then to corpus albicans. This covers into one complete ovarian cycle. So this ovarian cycle also will be releasing different hormones in different stages. So from the pituitary gland, we have two specific hormones which can initiate these processes. So which includes follicle stimulating hormone. The follicle stimulating hormone in female initiates the development of several ovarian follicles. This several ovarian follicle will stimulate the follicular cells to secrete estrogen. So estrogen will contribute for the secondary sex characters in the female. Whereas in case of male, the follicular stimulating hormone stimulate the sperm production in the testes. Now we'll see the luteinizing hormone. This luteinizing hormone also will be secreted from pituitary gland. In female, it triggers the ovulation. Already we saw in the graphene follicle, once the graphene follicle matures, it will ovulate and then it forms corpus hemorrhagicum. This ovulation also will stimulate the formation of corpus luteum. From the corpus luteum, progesterone will be secreted. So both estrogen and progesterone will prepare the uterus for implantation of fertilized ovum, and also it will prepare the mammary gland for milk secretion. In case of male, luteinizing hormone stimulates the testes, especially the Leydig cells, to secrete testosterone. So this will produce the secondary sex character in case of male. So especially there are certain specific hormones which will be produced by ovaries as well as testes. So ovaries will secrete estrogen as estradiol or estrone. So both will be falling into the category of estrogen, and also it produces progesterone. So these two hormones, the estrogen and progesterone, will govern the entire menstrual cycle, maintain pregnancy, and also prepare the mammary gland for lactation. And also it provides a secondary sex character to the female. The ovary also will produce another hormone which we call it as inhibin. This will inhibit the secretion of FSH hormone. So this FSH hormone is actually produced by the pituitary. The feedback inhibition of the FSH secretion by the pituitary, especially by the anterior pituitary, will be done by the hormone inhibin, which will be produced by the ovaries. So during pregnancy, ovaries as well as the placenta will also produce a peptide hormone which we call it as relaxin. This relaxin will increase the flexibility of the pubic muscles, pubic bones, so that during pregnancy the uterine cervix will dilate and it will be useful for delivery process. Then we have testes. Testes will secrete the special hormone testosterone. These testosterone will regulate the production of sperm cells. The development and maintenance of male secondary sex characters will be done by means of testosterone itself. This testis also produces inhibin. This will also inhibit the secretion of FSH. So FSH is a hormone which is produced by anterior pituitary. To feedbackly inhibit this FSH secretion, the inhibin will be used. So both in case of male and female, the inhibin will go and feedbackly regulate the secretion of follicle stimulating hormone from the anterior pituitary itself. Thank you.